anti-guru. And you know how we do it. We start off with a little music. Today we're listening to, turn that down a little bit. Today we're listening to a little Quincy Jones. And just for a disclaimer, I don't own the rights to this music. It is purely for entertainment purposes only. And today is Thoughtful Thursday. And what's going on, Cousin Jay? It's Thoughtful Thursday. Appreciate you coming on. We're listening to a little Quincy Jones, Rock With You. But as the title says, we're going to talk about the 7 steps to build habits of steel. So let me stop this music because I was told from one of my friends that my music was distracting. So, and good evening, my brother. So, first of all, let me do a little housekeeping. I did it at the end last time, but this time, if this is your first time coming on one of my lives, just give me a thumbs up or a hey, first time. If you've been on here before, let me know where you're coming in from, what part of the country you're in. If you're local, whatever, just let me know where you're coming in from. So as the title suggests, we're going to talk about the 7 steps to build habits of steel. Now, this can work not only in business, it works in your personal life, but we're just going to jump right into it with step number 1, figure out what matters and focus on it. As in business, we can get distracted, especially if we're an entrepreneur and we're a one-person operation. We're doing a whole lot of different things. We're trying to create content. We're trying to promote our products or our services. And we're out here trying to talk to folks. So we wear a lot of different hats. So it's easy to lose focus. But what you should try to do is you want to organize your day, whatever time that you get up. The most important thing that you need to get done that day, you need to start on that first when you start working. You don't need to be watching ESPN. You don't need to go check your emails. I don't do all that because I used to do that. I used to get up in the morning and the very first thing I do was check my emails. Well, I got 6 email addresses. So I'd spend sometime an hour just going through those emails. And a lot of them, are just junk. But I like to go through all that stuff because I have emails for a lot of different things. So that's step number 1 is you have to figure out what matters most and focus on that first. Now, the one thing I want you to do, like a step number 2, identify steps to success and rules for your life. Now, nobody's going to be perfect, but as you keep trying to instill these steps and create rules in your life, whether it's rules in your personal life or rules in your business life, you'll get better at it. And that will help you build these habits up. Now, number 3 is, create a checklist for new habits. Now, one thing I used to do when I was a personal trainer, I used to have people write down their goals. And I had them to be very specific. If they wanted to lose weight, they couldn't say, I want to lose weight. They had to say, I want to lose a certain amount of weight. If they wanted to lose inches, or if they wanted to get in a certain outfit, I wanted them to write those things down because it's something that crystallizes in your mind when you make lists and you create goals like that. And of course, I used to tell them to put it on the bathroom mirror because it has to do with food and it's a place you go every day. Another thing that I would suggest that I have started is you want to start your day off, no matter what time you get up, with some type of meditation. And the easiest thing that I found is what I do, like when weather's permitting, I go out on my porch. It's nice and cool and calm. And I'll sit out there. And all you have to do, guys, this only takes about 60 seconds. You don't have to be some yoga guru type person and, no more, Rakio or whatever, that you don't have to do chanting. But you just close your eyes and you just breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. And you start listening to yourself breathe. And then as you have your eyes closed, you want to take yourself to a pleasant memory or something that you succeeded in, and you just continue to breathe in and out, feeling yourself breathe. You don't have to necessarily count your breaths, but if you want to set a little stopwatch or something for 60 seconds and do that for 60 seconds. And then when you stop, you always want to start off with an attitude of gratitude. think about something that has gone right in your life, say the day before or whatever, and just be thankful for that. It doesn't have to be a prayer or anything like that. This is not about God. It's about getting your mindset and creating habits that move you in a positive direction. Okay. Number 4 is very important, because number 4 is, prepare the night before. Now, when I was competing as an amateur bodybuilder, I would get up at 4 in the morning. I would pack my meals. I would put my supplements in my bag. I would put my clothes, everything I needed, so that I didn't have to go looking for anything that morning that would delay me from going to work out in the morning. And I suggest working out in the morning is great, but working out at night can be great too, because it's a great way to end the day. But again, this is not about losing weight or health and fitness. It's about creating winning habits, and you do that with proper planning. You got to have something, an easy to follow pathway, and that helps you do that. Now, number 5 is you want to remove all obstacles. Now, if whatever you're trying to do in the morning, say you want to read your Bible, and you want to be uninterrupted for that time. Well, you have to create an atmosphere and create situations where, okay, nobody's going to come and interrupt me while I'm reading. Take your phone, turn it down or mute it or whatever, so that you can get that Bible reading in. Or if you're reading some type of personal development book or something like that, or if it's your exercise, you want to be, you don't want to be disturbed while you're focusing on that. These are the ways, and this is one of the ways. So you remove those obstacles. If you got some toxic people who are not fostering your dreams, by all means, you need to get rid of those people. And that can be family, that can be friends. Doesn't matter how long you've known them. If they're not speaking life into you, then you don't need those kinds of people in your life, because they're what I call energy vampires. They will step on your dreams, and sometimes they mean well, because you're struggling or you're working towards a dream, and sometimes it might take you 1, 2, 10 years to get where you're going, and you got these naysayers and you got these, well, you always need to have a backup plan. Okay, I'm not telling you shouldn't have one, but you should empty yourself out. Go for your dreams. Don't live a life of regret. Which takes me to step number 6. Take massive action. If you are thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, or if you're thinking about expanding your business, or you're thinking about doing something that's going to allow you to grow, don't overthink it. Take massive action. It's better to make mistakes, because the mistake is not a mistake, guys. Remember this. Whenever something doesn't go your way, it is a lesson than teaching you what not to do. You probably heard this before. Thomas Edison, when he was trying to invent the incandescent light bulb, he failed 10,000 times. And when they talked to him about it, he said he didn't fail 10,000 times. He found 10,000 ways it didn't work. So it's all in the perspective of how you want to look at, because failures are opportunities to learn. Failures teach you, okay, I don't need to do this. I need to improve on that. There is this Greek philosopher, and I'm going to murder his name. It's Epictetus. And what he says, I'm going to quote, he says, to live a life of virtue, match up your thoughts, words, and deeds. So that's what you need to do. If you want to live a victorious life, you need to match up your thoughts, your words, and your deeds. So you're thinking about success, you're speaking success, and you're taking action. Because I remember there was a young man 2 or 3 years ago. I can't remember what his idea was, but he wanted to start something. And I said, well, his name was Sean. I said, well, Sean, what are you doing to work towards that? And he never could tell me. He just had these thoughts, and he could talk about it, but he never took action. So don't be like that, guys. Take massive action. When you see something that you know or you think is going to benefit you, you need to grab it. Because if you sit around and think too long, I'm going to tell you a story. What happened to me one time. This is when I first got involved in the online space. And if this is resonating with you guys, give me some hearts, give me some loves, put a 1 in the comments, if you're vibing on if you're picking up what I'm putting down. But This was way back in 2013 when I first started, and I got involved with this company, and they were selling information products that taught you how to market effectively online. But you couldn't get paid commissions unless you purchased the products. You know, they wanted you to be a product of the product. And there was this one product, it was a $500 product. And I'll never forget, I had my income tax money and I was ready to jump into this thing. And they had 5 products. One was 25, one was 100, then they had 500. I think the next one was 1,500, and the last one was 3,500 or 2,500, something like that. You know, so I'm going in, I'm saying yes to this, I'm going to buy that, yes, I'm going to buy that. That $500 product popped up, and I sat there and I looked at what I had, and I was like, man, that's $625. And I said, what if this don't work? And I'm gonna tell you, I regretted that to this day, because when I only owned the $25 product and the $100 product, that was all I could make was $125. Had I just went ahead and took massive action, bought that product, and then the information I would have got, that was the other thing. I wasn't even thinking about the information that I was going to learn that was going to teach me how to probably boost my sales even more. So, you know, that's the thing, you know, and you also, you know, if you take massive action or you're doing something good, make sure you give yourself some type of incentive, reward yourself after you've seen yourself stick with a habit, or you did it at least one day, and then maybe you did it for a week. You know, give yourself some type of incentive, some type of reward. Now, the last one is, and this is vital, guys, learn and improve. I mean, you know, most days, they're going to be few days that'll be easy. You know, most days are going to require you to fight tooth and nail to stick with your habits, you know, but, you know, the more that you develop yourself personally, the more that you put knowledge in your head, the more valuable you become, the more value that you can give out to the marketplace, the more value you bring to your relationships, your friendships. You become a person worthy of the income that you want to receive, because that's the law of compensation. A lot of people don't think about that. You know, you get involved with these internet marketing things, and you get involved with all these things, and you're focusing on, I want to make the money. That's great, but you need to be a person worthy of making that money. Just because you have a great product doesn't necessarily mean that you're worthy of it. If you're not, and this is the thing I want to also say about different products that you're promoting. If you're promoting a product and it doesn't improve the life of your customers, if it doesn't make society better, if all the value it has is that you're going to earn income from it, you need to get away from that kind of stuff, because that's bad business. Business people get in business, one, to provide a service or a product that makes their customers' lives better. If the acquisition of wealth is the driving force in your life, my friend, you will never achieve it. And somebody, don't never say never. I'm going to say never. You ain't going to never be satisfied, because whatever you make, you're going to want to make more. So become a person worthy of the income that you want. If you want to make $5,000 a month, you need to be a $5,000 a month person. If you want to make $10,000, $20,000, because I guarantee you, these people that are making 6 and 7 figures, one in particular, I follow, Ty Lopez. That man has a garage full of not just cars, but books, because he doesn't have enough room for all the books in the house. So now he's gone out into the garage. And you can see over here, this is part of my library. Oh, and there's a picture of my daughter. I don't know if you can see that too well. She was about 2 years old. And here's a picture of my dad over here. And I also wanted to showcase my finance, my love. She bought me this portrait. She said, that's supposed to be me. Yeah, and I'm sitting on top of a book. So you guys need to start reading, investing in yourself, developing yourself. So again, let's go over these steps. First thing, figure out what matters and focus on it. The most important task of the day, don't do anything else. Don't read no emails. Don't get on the phone. Don't go to Facebook and check your news feed. Get on that first. The second thing is identify steps to success and rules for your life. You need to give yourself some boundaries. You know, whether it's I'm going to work on my business this certain amount of time, or I'm going to keep going until I get this result, you know, then create a checklist for those new habits, something that will hold you accountable for what you're doing. Prepare the night before. If it's business and you've got certain tasks, you know, what I do is I get a notepad out and I write down the list. Okay, I want to do this, 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 and this in the order of importance, and then I check them off as I'm going. Number 5, remove all obstacles. If you've got situations where you cannot work in peace, then you need to find somewhere else to go. Get rid of those toxic people. Number 6, take massive action, guys. Don't hesitate. If you see, because here's the thing, you are never going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. But why not make mistakes moving forward instead of sitting back and living a life of regret? You know, because Les Brown said this. This is one thing, and I love the way he said this. He said, if you fall, make sure you fall on your back. Because if you fall on your back, and if you can look up, you can get up. Yeah. So that's pretty much all that I have for you today. I went a little bit longer than normal. I try to stay around 10 to 12 minutes, but I got on that little rant because, you know, I really want to see you guys succeed. So now, if you want to know where I got some of this information from, I talked about this book one time before, and it's called, I don't know if you can see that, it's called The Perfect Day Formula by Craig Ballantyne. You can pick it up on Amazon. I don't get paid any one way, shape, form, or fashion, whether you buy this book. But if you are someone who wants to excel, if you want to be a leader, if you want to be successful in whatever business that you're in, you have got to learn how to read, and read books that are substantial. I mean, this is a great book. I bought it about a year ago, and I've read it twice. I'm probably going to read it again. Another book that I recommend is called Man Up by Bedros Keuilian. Now, both of these guys are personal trainers. That's why but they're also people that mentor other folks in other businesses to be successful. So you don't always have to find mentors necessarily in your field. You can draw from all kinds of places, because I follow those 2 guys. I follow a couple of other guys who are mainly into e-commerce. I try to glean anything I can from anybody. All right, that's all that I've got for you today. Remember my motto: if you want to become if you want something you've never had, you have to become someone you've never been. So read some books and take my advice and try this out. Try it for 30 days. Your assignment, if you choose to do so, we're going to do Mission Impossible, is to try this for 30 days and get back with me. You know, let me know what worked well, what didn't work, and maybe we can sit down and talk about ways to help you improve that. Because I'm not perfect, but I'm always trying to improve, and maybe we have that dialogue, and together we can both grow and get better. All right, love, peace, and hair grease.